Today is a big day because I have some very exciting news for the Lord of the Rings Online and the Mariner class, and I also have a little update to my setup here, moving, and my 15,000 subscribers Q&A AMA video. So first off, shortly after this video, I will actually post on my channel the place where you can ask questions for my 15,000 subscriber question and answers AMA type video. Again, you can ask me pretty much anything in that, whether it's about me, my channel, LOTRO, or anything you want really. And then the big LOTRO news is that on Tuesday, content creators and the such will get an early special preview of the Mariner class in beta, which is going to be in Umbar publicly on Wednesday. So the dates for all this is September 12th for the early preview. I plan to be available and actually covering that live stream and getting some gameplay footage for future videos. There's also a new addition to the Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariner with some extra story, mission-based content, I believe, so I'll be very excited to check that out and the relationship there is between the Shipwrecked Mariner and the Mariner class. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that we're actually getting the Mariner this early with the beta, but I think it is definitely a good thing nonetheless. And really, to make this more than a 5-second video just announcing that I'll be testing the Mariner early, I did want to give you a little tour on my progress with moving and what I have with the setup so far. So I'm not going to go into full details on all of my equipment and the such because I did that last video, but more I'm going to focus on the changes and the differences in the setup. So one of the big things different about the setup is that I am in my bedroom, which I have not had that type of setup for quite a few years, so it'll be a little bit different, but it should work. And I do also want to mention that pretty much everything here is not finished. There are definitely some finalizing touches that still need to be done, but I did mainly just want to share how things are as a work in progress here. So I do have some lights at the top of the wall for coloring, as well as a lamp, and another lamp here, which may not be its permanent spot. Also, very importantly, in case of orc invasion, I do have my mace here. But the overall desk and everything with the setup and with the monitors and the such is pretty much the same, except this little appendage here that I attached to the desk for the cat shelf area, where the cat beds go but are not right now. That is on the opposite side and attached a little bit differently that I think is better. I also did want to point out my microphone is now going from the back of the desk instead of the side of the desk. Hopefully that improves workflow with it. Also, the camera is actually head level instead of above my head. That does mean I have this awkward gap between my monitors. But the main changes compared to the previous setup are going to be under the hood, under the desk. So I have this, it's actually a 1x4 board. I have that as a sort of shelf to cable man it. And again, not everything here is finished, so it's still a little bit of a mess, and I have some zip ties that still need to be cut. But even though there are a lot of wires, I just have a lot of things are power supplies as well. I even have my microphone, whatever that thing is called, interface there. I have that attached under the shelf now. But with all that stuff and all the cables, it really looks like a lot, but this time it's actually a bit more organized. Each individual cable essentially has its own channel or own kind of like road through the shelf there. So it actually works a lot better than my previous setup with hooks and a mixture of tape that actually came with the desk legs for certain things, but it works a lot better. Also, because this flooring is carpet, I do have a wood board that my desktop now sits on. In the future, I would love to have a sort of cage that actually attaches to the underside of the desk, but that is a huge project that I don't have all the tools necessary for and be a lot of work. One more thing I did want to show here was actually my second PC, which I didn't get to show last time. So this sort of functions as a NAS or network attached storage, but it's not 100% uptime. That'd be a huge waste of electricity because I don't spend a lot of time editing like every day or all the time. But it does have a lot of storage in it because I store all of my gameplay footage and even archives of my live streams and the such. I have all the raw gameplay footage from that stored on there, which all that at this point is getting close to 10 terabytes, 10 to 15 terabytes, somewhere in that range. I think I still have to organize stuff. A little bit different view here, but one thing I did want to point out is I actually have nice windows, and I really like how nicely the Middle-earth mat fits there, even if it does look a little bit awkward because it is blocking a light switch, and it just being a tapestry, it kind of hangs oddly, is how I would describe it. Anyway, that is all that I have with my setup, and it is time to bash some orcs. I realize this video has a lot of different stuff going on with it, but please let me know if you're excited for the Mariner class in LOTRO and what you think about my setup in general. Anyway, if you all did enjoy this and enjoy my content, please consider liking and subscribing for more, and thanks for watching everyone.